Hello. I'm back on my bed in the comforts of my room in the same position that I was in the last video. Not in the same shirt though. Wearing a t-shirt today. I'm still wearing my shorts though. But whatever. Today was a whole experience. It started off with me waking up at 9 a.m. to go to a friend's house to plan a trip that we're gonna take in France in like 3 weeks. So I went to her house. She has a really nice house. And she had a trampoline too. So I got to jump on that for like a couple minutes. It was fun. I like it. I like trampolines and jumping. But yeah, so we like talked and like at buses and places we could go. We're gonna be there for like 10 days. So we planned all that. It's gonna be like quick pace once we get there, but it's fine. We'll have fun. And then after that, after finding the buses and screenshotting the ones we would take and go to, we went thrifting and we walked most of the way, and we were listening to like music, reggae, fun. It was hot. But yeah, then we spent like an hour at the thrift store, and she was basically styling me the whole time. She didn't even buy anything. She just picked out pieces for me to wear to impress her grandma, which, because we're gonna be staying at her grandma's place for a bit. So yeah, that was fun. We're gonna go thrifting again like later this upcoming week. Yeah, we only spent an hour though, because then I had to go meet two other friends to go do shrooms. I don't know what the guidelines are for YouTube videos, but like whatever, I'm oversharing, that's fine. It was my first time doing them, and it was like a whole experience. Like we met up around like 3:30. We bought snacks, they bought tea to put their herbs in, and then we took the metro to this park. Well, it's like this island. It's off the main island of Montreal, with like the casino and like a park and like this cool biosphere with like lights that shine at night. So we went there and we took the herbs. They took theirs with the tea that they bought. I just like was munching on it, and we were really just guesstimating it. But I probably took like 2 grams, and then I was like gone. I don't know for how long I was gone for, but I just could not. Okay, so we started off, we walked out the metro, and then we found this place to sit near like this fountain. We took it there, and then we got back up, and then we went to walk around again. We sat at this picnic table for a bit, and then at the picnic table I just like laid my head down like that in my bag, and then that's when I started feeling it. Like they was describing like pressure up back of their head, but I just wanted to like lay down, because like my comfort place is the floor and just laying down. Maybe not curling up in a ball, but like just laying down, putting my head down. Because like, you know, when your head feels heavy, that's what happens to me. So I just have to like let it rest. So we were at the picnic table for a bit, but then we got back up again, and then we wanted to go walk around some more, but we didn't make it far, because then we wanted to go sit back down. So we sat at this tree, and when I tell you that, like, when we were walking, we didn't even walk that far we literally just got up from the picnic table and then walked near the main path. Okay, because the picnic table was like near like trees and like a forest, and then we just got up, walked towards the main path to find somewhere else to sit, but then we walked back towards the forest and then sat near a tree, and I sat with like my back against a tree, and after that I was just gone. Like, I don't know how to explain it in a way that'll make sense right now. Maybe in like a few days I could debrief on it with my friends in a manner that will be more comprehensible, but like with it being fresh in my mind, I guess, once I sat down I just became the tree, and it became like a very out of world experience, because I was just, I don't know how else to explain it, but I was just gone. I became the tree, and I just couldn't process what was happening to me. Like, I might be getting the timeline wrong, but we, at that tree, I don't know how long I stayed there, but like, it's funny because I really felt like a junkie in that moment. Like, I was just like grounded to the tree, and it's kind of like a busy park, so there was people like coming and going, like walking around, and when I get like inebriated, I feel like I get like super aware of people and of like how I'm being perceived. Like, oh, do they know that I'm on something? Will they like come up to me and start thinking, like screaming shit at me and like spitting on me because I'm on something? Didn't happen, obviously, but that's like my mindset whenever I'm like that. So I don't know why I still like, well, it's also my mindset like when I'm like sober, but it's like more amplified when I'm out of it. So I was just there, and I just wanted to stay there. It's like I felt like I was dreaming. Like, I actually felt like I was dreaming, and then I was home. No. Like, I felt like I was dreaming, and then I wanted to wake up. Like, I wanted to go home, or like wake up and like be in my bed, be in the comforts in my room. So I was like coming in and out of like, not consciousness, because I was conscient. It's just that whenever I would close my eyes, things would like happen. Like, I would see visions, not visions, I would see things pop up, like people trying to grab at me, or like, I don't know why, but I like, my mind would also go to like my work, and like of shit that happened recently at my work. Like, cause like one of the kids at my work gave me this bracelet. I have like 2 bracelets from like the kids from my work, and like while I was coming in and out of it, I would just think of like, okay, cause I swear I feel like, I'm sorry, I keep saying like, but I'm trying to process what I was feeling, and I swear that I just could not figure out who I was, what I was doing, or where I was at that time. No, actually, I knew that I was at the tree. I was sitting with my friends, but just like moments in my life kept flashing in and like out, like from my work this summer, from like the time I passed out at a restaurant after getting high with the same friends I was with. So it's like time was moving fast and slow, or like I was going back in time. And talking about it now, it feels like this shit happened like ages ago, when it was literally just a couple of hours ago. It's currently like 2 a.m. And yeah, I was like out at like 3:30. And it's just, I swear I forgot my name. Like, I was trying to remember my name or who I was. And like the bracelet that one of the kids made, it has like my camp name on it. So I was just thinking of like camp and of like going back to work and shit. And it was, I don't know why like this is coming to my head, but it felt very Wizard of Oz-ish. Like I was in my own world, I was on my own. And maybe it's because of like the scenery, because like there was the path where people would come in and out and we were like in the forest. But it felt very Wizard of Ozzy, like seeing people come and go, and then me just being grounded to that tree. And then like my life just whoop, whoop, flashing in front of me. Or maybe it was a placebo effect, because like, oh, I'm on shrooms, I'm a hippie, I'm so in tune with myself. But I was not, by the way. Like, I feel so bad for my friends, because I feel like I weirded them out because I freaked out too much. Or maybe that's just me thinking of it. But I just had to keep apologizing to them. That's what I remember. Like, apologizing to them. And like saying how scared I was because of the shit that I was feeling. And after a while, like I remember them bringing me up and then us walking around for a bit. Okay, one of my friends brought me up and then we walked around for a bit. And then I just wanted to sit back down, so we found this picnic table again. Then I just sat back down and then I just didn't want to move. Again, I don't know how long I stayed like that, but like my other friend apparently was like scared and like throwing up. I'm sorry if you see this, by the way. I gave her my YouTube channel like months ago, and well, if you are watching this video, I am sorry again for leaving you on your own. But yeah, she was like super scared because I didn't take my phone because I was out of it. I was just following my other friend who brought me up. But we found each other again in the end, and we like ended up back at the picnic tables where we started. And at that picnic table, I just remember asking and like saying shit that was just so stupid of me to say. I was like asking them, like, am I alone? Where am I? I wanna go home. I don't like this feeling. So maybe I was having a bad trip. Maybe, just maybe. But it was an experience, you know. Like at some point, my parents were like calling and texting, and I would just like decline. And so at some point, I did pick up the phone. It was my dad, and I fucked it up so bad. Like my parents. I've never said this out loud, but I love my parents. They did so much for me. They are doing so much for me and my siblings. But like, yeah, for some reason, they were like calling. And then I finally picked it up, and it was my dad, and he was asking me, "Hi, how are you? Where are you?" And for some fucking reason, I'm like, "Oh, I don't know." But then I was like, my friends are asking me, and then they were telling me to like talk properly. So I was like, oh, I'm at a park, blah 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 blah. And now I'm like low-key scared to go see my parents now, because I know they know something's up now, or like I know they know that I take shit now. But what are they gonna say? That's beyond the point. Back on my trip. So yeah, after my dad called, I was slowly coming back to myself, and slowly coming back to normal. But it still took me a while to actually get back to normal. Like my friends kept telling me to get up and like move around and do something, keep my head up and all, like roll my shoulders back and sit up straight. But I was just like so gone. And mind you, we were still on this like park offshore, off the main island. And it was getting dark. And at that point, I was really coming back to my senses. So then we went to the bathroom. Oh wait, no, I won't mention this. Never mind. Yeah, we went to the bathroom, and then I was good. At that point, I just felt like I was feeling shit, but I was like able to walk now. Because back at the picnic table, when we initially sat back down, I remember telling my friend that I just didn't want to move, that I just wanted to go home, but I couldn't go home. And it was just very weird. Like, I wanted to say things, but I couldn't get the right words out. Which is why, again, I'm sorry to my friends if I freaked out way too much, if I weirded them out. But then we went to the bathroom and it was getting dark, and apparently there were gonna be fireworks that night. So, when we first heard like the first practice spark that they usually do, we were still near the metro. So then we got up from where we were to follow like all the other people that were saying to go see the fireworks. And on that point I was good. I was like walking, we were talking normally. And then the fireworks like started going, and this part really felt like, wow, like this was what I wanted to feel, because we were near this bridge where people usually go on to see the fireworks, and well, we were below the bridge, and the fireworks were so prominent from there. We were still walking though. On the walk there, we did see like 3 baby raccoons, which is cool. We stopped to admire them for a moment. But then the fireworks started, and we were nearing the bridge, and it was like so pretty and so wow, so fascinating. We started running. So this really felt like a movie at that point. We were running to go catch the fireworks, and they were just so amazing. It was great at that point. We reached the bridge, or under the bridge. We found a place to chill. I went back to sit on the ground, but like, okay this time. And then we just watched the fireworks. It was like a 30-minute show, and it was amazing. The fireworks show today, chef's kiss. It was great. I took some shitty pictures. I took like a few videos. I sent them to my parents just so they know that I'm good. And I sent pictures of the raccoon as well. And then after the fireworks show was done, we had to walk all the way back. It was getting crowded with everyone going back to the metro now. So then we again went to go find a place to sit near the metro to wait for the crowd to pass. And that's where we sort of debriefed on the day. We were all good at that point though. Don't worry, we were all good at that point. But we were like slowly debriefing, and I feel like we should have a second debrief because that shit was crazy. No, we sat, we chilled, smoked a cigarette or two, talked about parents, microdosing, school. I don't know why we talked about, oh no, I know why we talked about school, but yeah, school, teachers, parties, and it was chill. And then we went back to the metro, and then parted ways, and that was that. And now I'm here. I took a bus back to my apartment and just took my contacts out. Didn't brush my teeth though. I should, but I really don't have the energy for that. and now I'm filming a fucking 20-minute video of me just talking, and I don't even know if you're gonna hear me or not because the AC is on and I have a tendency to just whisper. Like, my friends barely hear me when I'm talking half of the time. So I try to speak up, but that's just how I am. If there's one thing to take away from this experience, it would be that to surround yourself with good people, first of all. People who just want the best for you. And to start slower, maybe next time I'll do like 1 gram of shrooms. But that doesn't only apply to shrooms, that applies to life. Take things one step at a time, which I guess is what this tattoo means. This was like the first tattoo I ever got, and when I first saw it, like, I told myself that whenever people would ask, I would just say that it means to take things one step at a time, because it's of this little guy walking on rectangles. So yeah, that's, I guess my tattoos sort of do have meanings. But whenever kids at my work ask me what it means, I just tell them it's because I like math, because of the shapes. Maybe I should stop lying to kids, but it's fun. At my job, not in like everyday life. Yeah. And also, maybe I should start actually doing some soul searching in life, because I'm so lost half of the time. Like, I do shit, and then I also don't do shit, and I just don't really know what I'm doing. I started this like Instagram page, let me pull it up, a few months ago, where I would just like post shit and write what I thought was like thought-provoking captions. Let me pull it up right now. But I stopped. I should start again. I did think of starting again. And in one of the posts, let me see. Actually, should I just read out? I have like 11 posts. Okay, I will, I guess. So, this first one is of a video that I took with one of my first cameras in 6th grade. I still have it somehow. It got saved in my Google Photos, which is why I love digital storage, but I also hate it at the same time. And I talked about how, well, I'll just read it. I hate how social media pushes me to seek validation from others. I've always had it in me to document every passing moment in my life, but the internet is starting to taint that passion of mine. Growing up, it was just me and my camera. Now it's me and my camera and social media. Some would say it's FOMO, but I guess it's also about me wanting to be perceived a certain way. And even if I try to tell myself that I don't care about what others think of me, at the end of the day, I can be hypocritical. So that's that. It's literally just a video of me, again in 6th grade, at an outing that we went to in a forest somewhere, and I'm recording people cross this like bridge. Next is about my first tattoo and impulsiveness. I'm an impulsive person. I don't know what about me pushes me to do the things I do sometimes. Once I turned 18, I went out and got a bunch of tattoos that don't match. One night, I volunteered at a film festival, got drunk, and decided to rent a bike around the city for an hour after. Last month, I booked a trip to Spain with a friend after talking about it for a week, despite me planning another trip to Paris in August. I guess at that point, it's not really impulsivity, and more so me being irresponsible with my money, which is facts, or me just not thinking straight, also facts, or me not giving a damn about being homeless in the future. Maybe facts, maybe, I don't know. So, I rounded down to me being impulsive. And it's just a picture of me with my first tattoo at the home studio that I went to. Next is literally just of a sunset that I took from the inside of my dad's car. And I think this one I posted at like 3 a.m. maybe. I've always had trouble sleeping. These past few weeks have been the worst yet. My body just hates me and refuses to let me rest. I used to think it was normal to lay in bed at night for hours and hours just staring at the ceiling, hearing snores all around you, but at this point I'm fed up. I just want to sleep. Maybe it's undiagnosed insomnia, or maybe it is the damn phone, but whatever it is, I'm tired. So yeah, at this point, I think it was like the last weeks of school when I was just having shit sleep schedule, when all I wanted to do was just sleep, but I couldn't bring myself to sleep. So I just wrote that out. Oh, this one's a fun one. This one is of me doing cartwheels in the park that my friend filmed. The same friend that I went out with today, by the way. So, went out, got drunk, and lollygagged around the city with my friends. We really just ventured downtown and found places to sit and talk about anything and everything. It was a vibe. The day before that, I just felt empty for some reason. I felt like crying, but I wasn't even able to produce tears. I don't even remember the last time I cried. I brought this up with them, and they said I was psychotic. Ha. Period. Anyways, in conclusion, sometimes all you need is to go outside, see the sun, surround yourself with good people, do a few cartwheels, and life will be worth living again. So yeah, the video, as I said, was of me doing cartwheels in the park, in these floral pants that I thought looked cute. I still have them. Oh my god. Okay, this one is of me with a platter of sushi, sitting in my brother's friend's car after they picked me up. And the caption is as follows: life is weird, period. And then next paragraph. This was taken inside of my brother's friend's car after they came to meet me 20 minutes from their school. I had forgotten my wallet and didn't realize until I had already made the trip to a shopping mall I used to go to every day as a kid. This was after work, by the way. So, I sat in the food court with barely $4 in coins, tired and hungry after work, and called my brother to see if he was near. He did end up pulling up with his friend, which I didn't know at the time, and buying me sushi, which was nice of him, but also embarrassing because I had to admit that I went all the way to this shopping mall to get some shitty food. It was for the nostalgia, I guess, because I was also planning on thrifting there, but then got my brother to drive me home after driving to this random street and switching cars because he was with his friend. So that was just a really weird encounter. But that's life. Life comes with many weird instances. This one is of me sitting on the floor at a karaoke place that I went to with my friends. Which I'm telling you, the floor is my comfort zone. Like, I wish I could show my screen, or this picture at least, because the floor is my comfort place. So yeah. Eventually, oh my god. Okay, this is why I pulled this up, because I was talking about soul searching, and this came to mind, because I remember writing about this and posting about it out into the internet, into the world. So, eventually, I will need to do some soul searching. I'll have to cut out everyone and everything I've come to know up until now and start from scratch. I have to spend some time with myself because I don't know who I am. These past few months have been a blur, and I don't know if I can keep going on like this. I depend too much on other people and external factors to feel something. I'm not saying that I'm ungrateful for everyone and everything in my life right now, but I'm saying that I feel that I have lost myself. I don't know who I am. I know things that my friends like and that my family hates. I could talk about other people for hours. When in conversation, I bring up my friends and their friends. I know everything about everyone else, but I have no clue as to who I am, and that's scary and sad. So that is why I put this page up, because I do remember writing about this. Not about the scary part and sad part, but this shit came to mind because that's how I was feeling today. And I wrote this the 1st of May. We're currently July 28th. This was before I went on my trip. Like, after, when I came back from my trip, I just completely forgot about this page. But I'm pulling this up now for that. But I have more to read through, so 5 more. This one is literally just me at my work during the school year, taking a picture of like snacks on a table that I just prepared. I don't know how to describe my relationship with food. It's a love-hate one, I guess, but less with the food itself and more so about how it makes me feel, if that makes sense. When I'm caught eating fast food, I feel guilty. When my parents make comments about how I look, I feel ashamed. When I go out to eat and count my coins at the cash to pay, I feel embarrassed. So this isn't about food at all. It's about how other people make me feel about eating. But if I look into it further, it's still a me problem at the end of the day. Crazy. This one? Oh, this one's kind of a sad one. This one is a sad one. Holy shit. Okay, but this is a camcorder video that I took on my last day of high school after I went to this like oratoire in French with high school friends that I still talk to today. But this one I was like talking about religion. I've been thinking a lot about religion recently and about how I've drifted away from it over the years. I grew up going to church on Sundays and attending youth groups on a weekly basis. Then COVID happened and I haven't been back since. Well, it's not like I didn't try going back, because I did a couple of times, but it just didn't feel right. Or it just didn't feel the same. I felt even more out of place than I did before. I won't lie and say that I don't miss that time of my life, seeing those people every week. But when I think about the number of times I've prayed to God to the point of crying, I can't help but think that He hates me. So that shit was just fucking sad. I don't know why I always have to post that shit. Thing about me is that I like writing, I love journaling, and now I love recording videos and talking to a camera just to actually document this shit. Because imagine in a few years I go to therapy and then I have like all the shit to unpack with my therapist, and then they tell me things that I was already aware of, and then I have like these videos or like these journal entries to show them, to like go through it. But that's in a couple years, not right now. Right now I just have pen and paper and now a camera, and my YouTube channel, I guess. Okay, this one's sort of a fun one. This is me before my work last semester. I'll just read it. Forced myself out of the house this morning before work and felt productive. I also went back to this cafe I would regularly go to in the winter and got my usual hot matcha latte. Heh. I hope they recognized me. They, as in the workers there, because I recognized them. I never actually had a conversation with them, but I hope they recognize me. I have this thing where I love being noticed, but I hate being seen, if that makes sense. I heard that in a Noah Kahn song once and almost cried. I sort of crave attention, but hate being at the center of it at the same time. It's weird. I don't know what that says about me. I still don't. Next is of this performance that I did at a festival for like International Migrant Worker Day. It was the end of the performance, where people were like cheering and all. So yesterday I did a performance during a little festival and felt elated by the end of it. Everyone there was so nice and encouraging. It was empowering to be amongst so many activists and people willing to fight for a common cause, which emphasizes the importance of community and having spaces to come together and lift each other up. I did get a bittersweet taste by the end of the night though, because my mom came to see it and scolded me when we got home. When I told her I was going to be a part of a cultural dance, she didn't expect it to be so political. She thinks I'm going to drop out of school and rebel against the government. Yet in the end, it was worth it. It was actually really worth it. Okay. This one is the last post that I made on this account on May 10. Of me just chilling on my balcony with headphones in. I'm camping out on my balcony right now to see if the northern lights will reach here. There's supposedly a rare level of geomagnetic storm tonight, so I'm hoping to see something at least. Seeing the northern lights is number one on my bucket list, and I'm seeing everyone living in the city post pics of it where they are. And it looks so bold. I wish I was in the city tonight. The peak time is supposed to be 12 a.m. to 5 a.m., so I guess I'll be here for a while. It's just a typical Friday night. And that was all. I should start posting more because I like writing. I told you. The bio for my account is literally just don't mind me. And this video is 36 minutes long. Holy shit. If anyone is actually watching this and actually made it to the end, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to me blabber. I don't know, I don't want to be like cringe and say please like and subscribe if you didn't make it to this point, but if you actually did, like, thank you. Please give me a sign that someone is out there listening to me blabber. That sounded desperate. Ew. But genuinely, like, do people actually watch my shit? Cause I made this channel, I don't know, like a few years ago, and some videos people watch and like leave comments and all, which like boosts my ego sort of, but it's also just not surreal, it's just reassuring in a way, because I'm not saying that I'm like pouring my blood, sweat and tears into this channel, but I'm like, for this instance, I've been talking to my fucking camera for 37 minutes, which is essentially just me talking to myself. So if people are actually out there listening to me talk, it's reassuring again, and it's like, it's just a nice feeling to know that all of this isn't for nothing, and that people are, I don't know, not entertained by me talking, but like are interested in what I have to say. So yeah, I'm gonna try to go to bed now and see how I feel tomorrow morning. But yeah, thank you for watching, I guess, whoever or wherever you are. Have a good night, good day, good life. See you next time, I guess.